All right. Let's take a gander and see. Everything should be good to go here. I just got out of the shower, so I do apologize for the wet hair and everything. But boy, yesterday, literally everybody I played to get different wrecked. That was like that was that was brutal. Holy Toledo, Batman. That was some wild and crazy nonsense. uh go in there. Hopefully we don't run into a situation like that. I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. Like literally everybody either broke something or crashed out. I mean, if we're doing that today, why do I have two of these? Why do I have two? Oh, I guess I just never used this one. Whoops, move that out of the way. um when we're looking at the actually we'll move that here. When we're looking at the slate today, I mean, it SVG is the only one who could pass Connor right now. If you remember, I thought SVG would perform better at Sonoma than he did. Okay, not because he performed well at Chicago, but although I hope I'm not going insane here. I really hope Chicago was before Sonoma. Otherwise this point is not going to be true, and then I'll just be talking like a goober. Okay, yeah. Chicago was the week before Sonoma. Okay, okay. At least I understand where we're racing at. I was more shocked at how bad SVG was compared to Connor at Sonoma versus more um, impressed by what Connor did. Hopefully maybe that makes sense. Maybe it won't. Whatever. Um, but I don't think SVG has the speed to beat Connor heads up. I mean, even when we're looking at Q laps, I mean, Connor is still way faster than SVG and stuff. And so when I'm looking at today's race, I'm not concerned. Hell, even if Connor chases stage points, I'm personally not concerned about Connor today. Yet again, we're in a situation where we have a lot, or not a lot, but we have more people jumping back into the Xfinity series than normal. Obviously, we have a 13-3, a 12-5 Connor, Michael McDowell 10-1, literally doing absolutely nothing, right? We have like three guys up here that are pushing, the salary for a lot of these guys, farther down from where they should be. Okay, so the first point for me, as I said, I like Connor. I think he should win the race. I think he should lead a majority of the laps, even if he's in traffic. Now, I mean, Connor started first and threw races away and got stupid before, but I like Connor. Past that, I think we need Eckes at $8,200 starting from 36. Now, Eckes has had just tremendously horrific luck. I feel, I actually feel bad for this guy. Normally, these people are just numbers on a spreadsheet for me, but I really do feel quite bad for what Eckes has been having to go through this year. When we look at typically where he runs in road courses, now he's ran into a lot of issues this year, not only just in this but in road courses, but he typically has a top 13 uh, speed in this car. He's normally able to get through the field. Now, if he finishes or gets caught up in a wreck or whatever, that's whatever's happening there. Um, but I like Eckes. I like Connor Zilic. Those would be the two guys I built around. I don't think anybody needs to tell you that. Like, I think that should be pretty straight and obvious. Um, the rest of this slate, I really can't give a ton of drastic place differential points up or down the grid for a lot of these individual drivers here, just because a lot of people are starting where they should be at. Let me make sure that YouTube is talking here. Let me make sure. That was the only thing I didn't check. So why am I not signed in? All right, there we go. Who is Jeremy Clements? I would not play Jeremy Clements today. I don't think I've played Jeremy Clements in like a year and a half. I just haven't seen any reason to do that. We'll get to Jeremy Clements and these guys in a second here. But anyway, when we're looking at this grid here, actually we can look at it on this page. I mean, you guys can can argue whatever one you'd want to look at, whether you want, my slate ID or whatever. When I'm looking at where guys are at, specifically based on their price and where they can gain or lose a lot of positions, we really don't have a lot of movement in the top 10. A lot of these guys should stay pretty static, either gaining one or two or losing a couple positions here and there. Now, that does throw in, potentially Williams Wallace or Kaz Gralla being viable, but this is not necessarily where we're going to be migrating to, especially if we're paying for Connor Zilic and we're playing Christian Eckes and stuff. I mean, we only have like 30,000 left for your remaining four guys at that range. And so, where else are we going towards today? And if you have my projections, so they'll most likely be reflected of where I'm going. But for the most part, I think a lot of the lineups that you end up going to are going to be using people, 11th to 20th, um, who are able to either pay off their price tag or hit very close to like 45, 44, 46 points. And so to me, that's people like Sheldon Creed, that's Jones, Quaffle, Jesse Love, Riley Herbst, Harrison Burton, Austin Green, specifically these guys here. I know there's a comment mentioning how Riley Herbst is underpriced. He's 8,000, only needs 40 to pay it off. I mean, he's starting 16th. One of the few guys. I mean, like when we look at like Nicholas Sanchez, most likely to lose two positions. Same thing with Sammy Smith. Same thing with Williams Waller. Same thing with Tanner Gray. And so if we look at Gray, Williams, Sammy Smith, Nicholas, potentially even Kaz Gralla, as guys who are probably going to lose at least one position in this race, you then are fighting directly against everybody that we mentioned, Austin Green, Burton, Herbst, Love, Carson Quaffle, Jones. My plan today, which yet again, I did the exact same thing yesterday, and all these idiots crashed. Um, but I'm going to play Connor Zilic and Christian Eckes, and then just try and get as many of these 7 and 8K guys in this range as possible. Now, obviously, we need value and stuff like that. I think the value range is pretty wide open today. I don't think there's a necessary, I don't think necessarily there's a favorite, mainly because we have Ryan Ellis at 5,000. We have Perkins at 58. We have Poole at 65, who I just play Poole regardless of what track it is. If he's starting outside of the top 30, typically he can gain positions and move up. We also have Preston Pardus, who isn't in his own equipment for like the first time in his lifetime. Unbelievable. Yes, nothing to shake a stick at with his times in this SS Greenlight machine, but way better than his own ride here. I actually really like Preston Pardus today. And so what I plan, I mean, we even have like Balicki here. We have Stephen Parsons. I mean, between Parsons, Balicki, Brennan Poole, Ellis, Parsons, I mean, you should be able to get whoever you need or whoever you want playing Eckes and Connor Zilic today. Past that, I don't really have any leans. I think a lot of these guys are very similar in terms of upside or in terms of performance and stuff. It's mainly going to come down to what salary I need to get whatever guys I want. So as to, like, even right now, I haven't made all my lineups yet, but like right now I have Pardus, Poole, Parsons. I mean, I personally, just because there's so many people starting in the back of this field here, really from Parsons on back, I have no issue playing anybody. I'm actually just going to let whoever gets used be used here. I know you mentioned Jeremy Clements at 52. I would take Poole, Ellis, Parsons, Perkins, Balicki, I would literally take anybody but Jeremy Clements here, just because we can look at where they're at here. He's just, I mean, well, let's take a gander. Let's go down through. Am I being biased here? Let's look through. What do I have Jeremy Clements projected for today? I have him projected for 18 points. That is finishing 27th. Okay, so let's see how drastically wild that is compared to. Let's check out where we're at here for Jeremy Clements. at these road courses. I gave him 27th. Let's see if that's in the range of an outcome that he could potentially hit. Now, recently, he's been abysmal. 30th, 36th, 28th, 20th at Charlotte in the playoffs last year, 18th at Watkins Glen last year, 22nd, 30th, 19th, 20th. Like, if you want to play Clements, play him. I have not ran to a situation to where I need the $5,200 from him. I'm typically able to pay up for whoever I want, and I like Preston Pardus more. But if you need somebody at $5,200, I mean, I kind of like Ryan Ellis more. Where does him and Ellis line up specifically? Ellis might be worse, but we'll look here. Ryan Ellis, 27, 36, 16, 31st, 15, 26, 17, 33rd. And yet again, we're just kind of box scoring here because these guys are starting basically last. They're minimum price. Personally, I would take Ryan Ellis in the DGM car head-to-head between Jeremy Clements and Ryan Ellis is starting 3 positions farther back, and he's $200 cheaper. But either way, I have no opinion on Jeremy Clements or these guys. Like, he's either going to finish 31st or he's not, and I don't know where he finishes if he doesn't finish 31st. I'm not concerned really about losing this slate in the value range. I really like this starting grid here. Even people like Jeb Burton, DeBenedetto, seems to me make a lot of sense. I mean, we look at where DeBetto has been running at road course. Now, he didn't finish decently at Sonoma, but I believe he got 13th at Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I guess we could just bring it up here and see where DeBenedetto is at in his 7 races here. Actually, worse off the top of my head of where he's at. Actually, no, that was we don't have. I forgot we don't have Chicago on here because fucking Racing Reference doesn't have Chicago. Yeah, I mean, bottom of the salary and 6K range, I really don't care who I'm getting here. I want to get people like Jesse Love. I want to get people like Riley Herbst. I like Jones. I like Quaffle. I like Creed today. The fact that I'm probably going to lock in Connor, and I'm probably going to lock in Christian Eckes, and then play with those 4 remaining spots in lineups. Personally, that's what I'm going to do today. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on, Kay? What's going on, Chase? BG3. Oh, also, shout out to BVB09, long-term watchers who have been here. If you followed me for years, BVB usually either watches my stuff live, comments, or at least watches once they're up and stuff. He won the main GPP contest at Indy, I believe, or the week before. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just saw that and I meant to congratulate him. I haven't seen him since that. I don't believe I have him on Twitter. I believe he took it down. I don't remember. Anyway, I wanted to congratulate him on winning one of those GPPs the other day, last week, whatever, right? I mean, hell, even Charles finished second yesterday, won 500. I'm assuming you didn't have any of the chalk. Actually, I haven't even seen how yesterday finished. Let me show you this is where I went yesterday. Where we at, Trucks? So I went back. Obviously, I mentioned this in the Discord and stuff. This is where you could see every single line was destroyed. I had 3 lines obliterated off the bat with Raja in there. Jack Wood in the line that was competing to be optimal until Infinger crashed. And obviously, you can tell I just stopped watching. What? I haven't even written down that Infinger was taken out in the crash. I played 4 Cadens because, and one, he was right. I mean, he was actually hitting value in the race. And when I went back and looked at where Caden had performed in Young Motorsports equipment before. He was excelling in Young Motorsports and stuff. So I actually decided once I saw, as the ownership right around, I believe he came in at 27. I saw he was going to be around 25. I actually want to be overweight on Caden here. Tanner Gray got taken out in that as well. So we can just see everybody got. Oh, and Clearman blew a tire. I believe. Who else am I forgetting? Chris Buescher had fuel pump issues. So everybody I played yesterday, getting different in the field, crashed out. So I'm very happy that you were able to survive that, Charles, because even days that I would build a lot, I don't know how I would even survive yesterday's race with the amount of people who ran into issues. So congratulations on that, Charles, because I think that was a very difficult slate to survive with the amount of carnage that we had. Perkins has been decent on road courses. Ryan Sieg, I mean, another guy here. I mean, you want to beat your head against a brick wall for hours and hours and hours. Ryan Sieg, Brandon Jones. I mean, these freaking baboons that just never. Now Sieg is slow today, right? This is even slower than where he's normally at in the practice time. Normally, he's at least a bit faster than that. But I'm overthinking too many things here. Where's Ryan Sieg at? We look at where Ryan Sieg is at on these stupid ass road courses, right? Today he's starting 29th. Okay. We look at, and this is one where we can just box score and see where he's at. We look at situations where he qualifies bad. Mexico literally got spun on the last lap at Mexico. Starts dead last at Sonoma. Runs into it. I'd have to look back. I can't recall at the moment of what happened to Sieg. Okay. And then we might have to go back more races because there's a period from like 2024 to 2022. Him and Jones are just starting the back of the field. Actually, this is his. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm looking at his number here. I do know he got spun at the very end of Mexico. Ran into an issue at Sonoma. Starts 38th and finished 19th at Austin. Obviously, we don't have Chicago here. 25th, 17th, right? For all intents and purposes, he should very easily smash his price tag, right? But I'm just concerned about just how actually slow he was. Like, that's actually concerning that he was that slow. Two, if I'm playing Connor Zilic, Eckes, and Ryan Sieg, that is probably going to be the core for many players today. I think I could get very similar scores from a lot of those guys in the 5K range. Pardis, Poole. I mean, Poole isn't in the 5K range, but you know what I mean. Poole, Pardis, Parsons, even Ryan Ellis. I don't think, or rather, I think there can be people who score similar to Ryan Sieg today. But if you're basing off of what he is typically normally able to do, even if we're looking at, 22nd and practice times, what do I have Ryan Sieg for today? I got Ryan Sieg for 33 points. That's right at value. Like I said, I typically try and find ways to get slightly different. I think playing guys the 5K range over Sieg, or if you're playing Sieg and Eckes and Connor, I mean, you got to play some like low and 10% guys. I don't care who it is. I like Eckes more. I'll say I'm probably going to go 100% on Eckes and Connor. If Ryan Sieg gets in there, he gets in there. But yet again, I think you have more upside from playing 8 and 7K guys in the middle of the pack versus Ryan Sieg at 66. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. The most likely outcome, or not even most likely outcome, but these alliances are probably going to be going head to head pretty close. And this is going to be a pretty low scoring slate, obviously, just with no fast laps and laps left available to literally the field, with Connor and Zane taking like all of them. it would come down to whatever combinations. If I'm doing like 2v2s and it's like Ryan Sieg plus one of these guys, and then plus one of these guys versus an Ellis play at $1,600 cheaper. That would more so what I would use if I'm gonna do if I was gonna play Ryan Ellis. I don't know if that answers your question or my opinion, but that's what I would default to is what's projecting better. Um, is it somebody with Ryan Ellis or a 5K guy with an 8K guy or a 9K guy? No shrimp, no shrimp today. Do I even have? Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Am I going crazy here? Who is Shrimp? Who are you talking about? Who is Wesley Shrimp? Like, I don't know who that is. I don't know the joke. I'm well out of the. I have no clue what you're talking about. Ad. I have no idea. Yes, and Andrew mentioned this as well in the Discord that he's in. SaberSim is look. I use my own projections. This is why I can't. I can't. I feel like every slate is like this. It's like, hey guys, I use SaberSim to build all my other shit. Okay, they have helped me win thousands of dollars over just this year alone. Okay, I don't use SaberSim's projections for NASCAR. That is my default. I am pretty sure I didn't look at it specifically, but SaberSim might be on fentanyl. Let's see what people are talking. Actually, I'll bring up your picture because I think you have it listed better than I will, without giving so many things away here. Give me a moment here. Yeah, they got Glenn Reed in what hunk of dog shit is this car? It's the 35 for Joey Gase at 25 points, right? Unless they fixed it. Oh, they updated. They updated. Whoa, you guys can't talk a ton of shit. Whatever they saw, they fixed because they did have Glenn for 25 points. No, wait, that's my stuff. No. Wait, this is what I upload? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's check out what Saberson has for him. So yeah, they got Glenn for 25 points, which is factually horribly. I don't even know what data set they're even potentially using. Look, Saberson, whatever. Okay, use it for football. Okay, use it as a tool. Don't have like whatever, man. Let's see. Uh, yeah, yesterday was crazy. I believe. Well, hold on. I'll just look on my phone because I'm pretty sure Frank. If I'm not wrong, I don't know if it finished that way. But I think Frankie got like 52 points or something. Let me see here. What did these goobers score yesterday? Matt Mills at 51, which bashing my head against the wall because this one yesterday, right? I manually made this one, right? Well, no, Parker blew a tire, right? This one, my stuff was actually these two lineups were some of my highest projected ones here. This one, I chose Jack Wood over Matt Mills because I had been playing Matt Mills literally all year, and he has like not done anything right. Performed horribly. Matt Mills at 51 points, Slimp at 48 points. That's crazy. What else? Spencer Boyd at 38, Sutton at 38, White at 36. crazy, crazy, crazy just destruction for these guys. Okay, Frankie ended up with 22, so still super, super crazy. I outside of plate racing, which for Daytona this year, speaking of that, because that is in 3 weeks. I'm gonna try and do my best to play more than normal. Talking to a couple people who are willing to stake me for Daytona, or if anybody else is out there who wants to do that, feel free to. But I'm gonna try and do at least like 1,800 or 2,000 on Daytona this week, or not this week, this month and stuff, and try and set myself up for the year and for NFL and everything like that. But that's the only time I'm playing guys from the back. Like I don't play a ton of guys from the back at Texas. I don't play a ton of guys in the back at these road courses. They can get stupid. I just personally don't ever play guys from the back expecting just complete shit shows and stuff. Um, what was my point here? So Saberson might be. I mean, they got Austin Hill for 24. That's crazy. Like this is where, like, I think 15, 10 for Smithley, 16 for Glenn. Obviously, you can see I got 41 for Eckes. Like I think that's a lot closer. Outcome. Now you might be like, why am I talking Ellis if I have him for 20? Why am I talking Perkins if I have him for 15? Yet again, I hand build, right? I these are the projections I use, but yet again, I still hand build everything. But yeah, I just can't envision any of these guys actually performing well. I'm not sure why Sabersim gives these guys so many um points and stuff, but whatever, that's on them. Yeah, nah, dude. Yeah, nah, that's literally been me with Matt Mills this whole year. That was me with Connor Mozak earlier in the year. Like, I don't know. Uh, let's see what else. Anyway, that's why I was like, that's why I was shouting out Charles, man. Since he finished second, that's crazy because any play that I would do like just got crushed yesterday. Um, let's see what else. I mean, I think that's mainly it. I mean, especially if Connor and or Shane, there's no way that the winner's coming from one of these two guys. They're just head and shoulders above the field. It just comes down to if they wreck each other, right? But one of these guys are going to win. That's going to cap a lot of the guys in the top 10 to not hit value, right? So by default, we're going to be playing probably a lot of people in this range here. Um, and then if you want to play Ryan Sieg, go for it. I think there's much more upside in the 5K range with builds and stuff. And I would actually, like, head to head, I would take Brennan Poole over Ryan Sieg today. Right. Let's see what a Sabres am having for. Just curious here. Ryan Sieg is at 14, which that's kind of. I feel like that's low. Let me see? Is Sheets even here today? Let me look. I do not believe Sheets is playing today. Otherwise, I'd look at what his ownership has. But I have to. I would guess that Ryan C comes in drastically higher than 14% ownership. Um, and I like Poole as the direct pivot off of Ryan Sieg here. I mean, very quickly, like, just I know a lot of people are talking about Sieg and stuff. Like, why would you not play Poole, man? Like, I play the fuck out of Poole anytime he's like outside of 28th. Like, and he's smart. Like, he's a guy who's actually smart. Like, I would just take Poole over Ryan Sieg. Yeah, Sheets doesn't have his stuff up yet, so we don't have an ownership on his end to go about or go after or look at and stuff. Would you play any Luss? Who is Luss? LUS. Who is LUS? I have no clue who LUS is. You have to fix that. Thoughts on the Burtons while I wait for Bob to get in there. I like Harrison. I like Jeb. If I get them, I get to them. Not a real opinion past that. I mean, I'm going to default to my projections and stuff on that. I'm not playing. Actually, tonight's date night, right? If you were here yesterday, my partner went to go look at one of the houses that we're considering getting. So after this, I'm actually not going to be able to watch much of this race because we got to watch. We're gonna have a date night. We're gonna have dinner. We're gonna watch the Bad Guys 2, and then we're gonna go check out the neighborhood the house is in because it's a Saturday night, and I want to see if it's loud or not. So I'm not playing any MMA. I'm not gonna be able to watch it or whatever. Um, so no MMA today. Any lineups with Warner? Oh, any lineups with SVG and Connor together? No, I would not play these two together in a lineup. Dude, I don't know. I've been playing DFS for fucking 10 years. I've never seen at no point have I ever seen anybody go like this and be like, yeah, that means lineups. Never seen LUS mean lineups. You guys are like, that's lineups, lol. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have never ever seen this acronym here. LUS? Any LUSs? What? That's crazy. That's insane. I've never seen anybody type in LUS for lineups. And I've talked to a lot of people over the years, right? That's crazy. John and Bob, like, I don't know, man. If you guys are playing 40 chess, I've never ever seen LUS mean lineups. I don't know. That's crazy. But then again, I don't hang around a lot of people asking, to review lineups and stuff. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the parlay guys and all the prize picks fellows are making that mean something, but that's just not my mechanic. I think that's even worse, dude. Dude, going like this, that gives me that's gonna give me a brain aneurysm. I don't like that at all. Yeah, anyway. Rain. What do you mean? What do you mean focus, dude? I every video. I like the first 15 is like me talking specifically about how I'm going to approach stuff, and then I answer questions that the chat has. And then at this point, like, yeah, we're BSing around. I offer my projections on our website. I mean, if you want me to ring it in, if you want me to focus, we'll start selling. We'll start selling the site again because that's like the main focus of everything. People want to trash on SaberSim for the racing. We've been through that before. They have issues, whatever. SaberSim has helped me win literally more money than anything that I've ever used in terms of a sim tool, in terms of building lineups. Their portfolio manager has been amazing. Okay, like the new update that they've done for SaberSim, specifically for MLB, very nice. I am very happy with that. I'm going to be using SaberSim like crazy for the NFL season, like I always do, like I do for NBA. I mean, why SaberSim is the best product out there if you want that through us, plus all of PayDirt analytics stuff, whether it's their range of outcomes for MLB, the range of outcomes for NHL, the range of outcomes for NBA, and the range of outcomes and projections and sims for all the other sports, because the NFL is right around the corner. You can get it through us. I mean, this is an incredible value. Also, if you're for those high rollers out there, I know a lot of people have been switching from other sites, specifically right around this time, since we're getting close to NFL season. We've had a lot of people join our annual packages because they agree that it's one of the best like values out there. If you're looking for a place to go, I mean, go here. Like, that's really it. Who's going to win Knoxville National? I don't know. I'm not keeping up with that. I don't know. I will say I did like this. I don't. Let me make sure because Twitter is just a wild time here. I really like this tweet. Typically, they don't. There's not a lot of data analytics stuff in dirt racing. I mean, we got a bunch of dumb, ignorant rednecks just going around in circles. Like that's what dirt track racing is. Sorry to say. Okay. That's what it is. I've raced a dirt not I've raced a dirt. I've I worked on dirt cars for years, right? I did like that whoever this guy is, sprint car rating. Oh, he follows me. What the fuck? Who's this guy? Who's this cat? This guy follows me. What? Interesting. I have no clue who this guy is. I didn't even know that he followed me. I followed retweeted this and I liked this earlier. So good data. Thanks. I like this. I don't know who's starting where. I don't really care. I just hope they crash. That's my opinion on Knoxville. Let's see what else. I think that's mainly it. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. More ballsy than yeah. I mean, if we're gonna get into that, okay. If we're gonna get into this type of stuff, there are stuff that's way more ballsy than. You guys need to watch this video that I have shared. This is one of my favorite videos on YouTube. The rise and the first off, this channel is amazing. The rise and demise of offshore powerboat racing. I would highly advise you to watch that. I think there's things way more ballsy than cup racing nowadays. You have land speed records, you have plane racing, you have obviously sprint cars, any dirt race, rally. I mean, literally anything that anybody can actually get injured in is way more ballsy than a cup car nowadays, right? What else? But yeah, go. You can find that powerboat video. It's like my third or fourth last most recent tweet or whatever. I'd highly encourage you guys to watch that. I just like old school racing was. Let me change it. Since we're already here, also we are an hour away from lock. TikTok, the TikTok brain, Gooners, whatever, however you've damaged your brain, that has ruined motorsports because motorsports is supposed to be boring. Okay, it's supposed to be somebody drastically faster than anybody else running away from people. Okay, all these gooners out there who just get dopamine levels out the wazoo in their goon caves, on their TikTok, Instagram reels, whatever, right? Like they can't fathom racing, right? Old school racing was way better. Old school Monster Jam was way better. Monster Jam not even Monster Jam, just monster trucks from like the 80s to 2008, peak enjoyment, peak motorsports, peak fandom, right? Drag racing, dirt racing, NASCAR, offshore powerboat racing, literally anything that happened in the 80s and 90s where you could literally die at any point is way better than what's going on today, right? You look at like the IndyCar fans on specifically like European IndyCar fans who like don't watch any type of oval racing at all or like don't watch any contact at all. Like that's so annoying to like go on Twitter and they're like Max Verstappen is a terrorist. Like what, dude? Like they have minor contact and people like want to like throw people down into like the gulag and stuff for racing hard. Like racing now just like it sucks. It's boring. Like racing is only fun if you're doing it or if there's crashes. There's no in between, right? Like so yeah, sprint cars are 10 times more ballsy than racing. But like it's Knoxville. It's like the top echelon of sprint car racing is also kind of boring because like you guys are spending 45,000 on a motor. You guys there's like 7 people who are actually fighting for a win. Any local guys who get into the show, like they go like 4 laps down. I don't know. I just watch stuff for the crashes now, man. Let's see. Yeah, see, dude, people can't stop gooning, so they sit down. Like, yes, the next gen sucks, right? We all agree that the next gen is terrible, right? Okay, now I this is what annoys me. Here, let me like I have been doing this for years, right? Like I've been doing this so long that I've had people stop betray me, right? Like I've been through the ringer, right? Let's trying to find the video. I mean, I've been here a long time. I'm trying to find where the hell is it? It's a preview. Uh let's see. Patreon, Supercut, there, Pick'ems, whatever. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for the image that I used for this. What is yeah, it's 2022. It's because we with Dale Earnhardt, right? But I'm looking for this video here. So it's 2020. It's a 2022 preview. So Texas, Kansas. We'll find this one here. Don't worry. Yeah, dude. It's this one here. I'm literally here yapping about how terrible the next gen car is going to be from an engineering perspective. Like I'm literally here yapping about everything that came to fruition in with this car. I literally bitched and moaned for half an hour about how this car is going to how everything's changing, right? I don't it baffles my mind that people are just barely there. Like consensus is like, oh, this next gen car sucks. Where were you guys at? Like, you guys went to college. Like, you people vote in elections. Like, it took you 3 years to figure out that the next gen is terrible, and I was gonna say the B car, the Xfinity car is the one that should be in the Cup Series. Like, I have literally been on that bandwagon 5 years now. Like, I'm so far done with I don't even talk about it anymore. I'm like, I was there before everybody, right? Like, motorsports just sucks now, right? Uh, NFL, I only watch because I put money on it. How about that guy being carted off of the field yesterday? Right, I believe they ended the game. Look, you players out there, you are on my screen, my television set to entertain me, to give me entertainment. Okay, you get paid millions of dollars, and you guys are gonna get together in a little huddle and say, "Hey, let's not play. We had one of our brothers get injured on the field." What? No, you're here to entertain me. All these guys on the screen, all these guys on under driver here, Mister Justin Allgaier. You're not a person to me. You're starting ninth. Your name's Justin Allgaier, but that's just a bunch of characters put together. You're 9,300 on DraftKings, okay? Are you going to win me money today? Most likely not, because I'm probably not going to play you. Go into the catch fence. Catch on fire. I don't care, right? That's how I view all sports now, right? Like, I don't know. That's mainly it. I think that's what else? Uh yeah, I can't think of anything else. I don't know. Racing sucks now. Long story short, racing sucks across the board. It's hard to care about people when there's no danger involved. Blaney on pole tomorrow. Interesting. I guess I'll check that out later. An hour before lock. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, see you guys later. Best of luck. Hopefully this was entertaining for you. Bye bye.